Now, before y'all are like, who does she think she is? Who died and made her queen? These are not my personal beliefs, okay? This is just the tea on the street. This is just what I've heard.
Baby, you don't know what you do to me. Between me and you, I feel like chemistry.
What is up, you guys? Welcome to another video. My name is Marissa Linnell. If you are not new here, hi and welcome back. If you are new here, I do not know what brought you here, but I love that for us. On this channel, we talk about all things life because life is life in the hell out of all of us, and we're going through it together right here, right now on this channel. So, if you'd like to join the party, please be sure to hit the subscribe button. So today, as you can tell by the title, we are going to talk about some habits that may be holding you back from dating. More specifically, we are going to talk about some traits and habits that make women automatically unattractive. Now, before y'all are like, who does she think she is? Who died and made her queen? Why does she think she can tell us what makes us unattractive? Listen, nobody. No one died and made me anything. These are not my personal beliefs, okay? This video is not a personal belief video. This video comes from the mouths of men, okay? I have talked to, a plethora of men, different backgrounds, different ages, different races, different social classes, different beliefs, all of this, okay? And I've taken all of my little information and I've kind of just compiled it into this here video. Now, this isn't everything, obviously, that I have heard, but these are going to be the top main things. So if you care to know about it, if you care to know what the men are saying, you want the tea on what the men are saying, then you'll watch this video. If you don't care, you are like, sister girl, I got it all figured out. I don't care what these men are out here saying. Okay, sis. Okay, I'm okay with that. Great. But these are for my girls who want to hear what they're saying and who are just trying to better themselves and maybe to get into the dating scene. What I will say is I don't want anyone to ever take offense to any of this because at the end of the day, do what makes you happy. In all honesty, the man that's for you is going to accept you as you are. These are just things that I am hearing that men automatically say nope to a date to, okay? I am just here to tell you the tea, okay? So grab your coffee, grab your wine, grab your tea, whatever vibe you're on, and let's talk about it. The first thing that men are saying that is an automatic unattractive trait in a woman is emotional immaturity. So this is everything from like lack of accountability, easily influenced by your friends or your family, not being able to take constructive criticism or even give constructive criticism, right? All that is going to fall under this umbrella. I agree with this. Relationships will not work without emotional maturity. Name one relationship that you know of someone who is actually emotionally immature and the relationship is thriving. It's going to be impossible because the relationships do not work with emotional immaturity. So in order to be in a healthy, loving relationship, you have got to be mature about it. A lot of men said that they don't like women who cannot take accountability for their actions. And that is a huge thing. You have to be able to take accountability. Please do yourself a favor. If you know that this is you, you know that you are a woman who cannot take constructive criticism in a healthy way. And you think if someone's trying to give you that constructive criticism and you think they're trying to attack you and your character, if you are someone who cannot take it, or if you are someone who does lack the ability to actually give constructive criticism in a loving way, please take the time to work on yourself. Like, you know if you are emotionally immature. Like, you just know. If I'm being completely honest, there is nothing wrong with that, okay? No one's just born with the maturity, right? Life lessons teach us how to be mature. Same thing goes for our emotional state. No one is born with emotional maturity. We have to learn through it. We have to go through it. We have to go through things that teach us how to handle certain situations. So without the knowledge, without the life lessons, how are we supposed to know? So I'm not saying that you should be ashamed of yourself if you are emotionally mature. I'm just saying that if you do want a healthy relationship, if you do want to come off attractive to a man, you would work on you being able to receive things, you being able to take accountability. You would work on that. Another thing that's really unattractive under this emotional immaturity is a woman who doesn't have her own mind. So a woman who is easily influenced by things she sees or hears from the outsiders. And outsiders are everyone that's not in your relationship. So that comes down to your mother, your best friend, your sister, your father, your aunties, your uncles, your whoever. Everybody that is not in part of your relationship is an outsider. And if you are easily influenced by something on the outside, you are immature. So I do agree with this. Take the time, sis, to work on yourself. Take the time to grow your emotional capacity. I mean, we've all been there. I've been there. I used to not be able to take constructive criticism. The constructive criticism, or the criticism, it wasn't even constructive at that point, but the criticism that I was receiving was given to me in poor taste. So that's why I'm mentioning being able to not only receive constructive criticism, but to also give it as well, okay? Anyways, all that to say, just be sure to work on your emotional maturity. I can go literally down the rabbit hole talking about this because this is such a broad statement, but it is a very real and apparent statement that men need women to be emotionally mature. Even just as a lady, you don't want to be taken seriously. Like, being irrational is child's play, okay? So definitely work on that. If you guys want a video more in depth on emotional maturity, please let me know, because I've been there, you guys. I've been irrational. I've been someone who's just not able to manage my emotions, not able to control them. And I feel like now I've done the work, I can talk to you guys about that a little bit more in a different video. Let me know. Next is too much makeup. Some men have even gone as far and as detailed as to say the birthday makeup. They do not like our makeup girls, okay? And they despise the birthday makeup. You know, the heavy makeup when we get the full beautiful lashes and all this stuff. Now, if you are a makeup artist, I am sorry. I'm just here to tell you that these men do not like what we do to our face on our birthday. Now, what I will say is, you do whatever makes you happy, okay? If you are a girly who loves makeup, loves the heavy makeup, the MAC makeup and all that stuff, keep doing it, sis. If that makes you happy, then do it. I'm just here to tell you what they find unattractive. I personally am okay with this. I love that they find this unattractive, because guess what? I don't have time to do heavy makeup anymore. I am tired of it, okay? It is exhausting, and my face hates it. I love that they don't love it, because I don't love it either. People have always said that they just love like a natural woman and stuff like that. But I think the rise of that is more apparent now than ever. And I think a lot of that has to do with social media. I think people are showing up on social media more themselves. Like, we don't always have time to be all done up and to have on a full face of makeup anymore. A lot of people who are creators are literally posting videos and TikToks and reels and all this stuff in their natural state. As a woman, I feel like we still have standards to uphold. That's just me personally, okay? Now, if that's something that you do and, you know, you are all for and all about it, great. Like, more power to you, sis. But I think that it is appropriate for us to put on a little bit of, you know, concealer or whatever it is, and just at least brush our hair, throw on some earrings, and call it a day. All I have on today is just foundation and lashes. That's it, okay? My man literally compliments me on my makeup the most with this face. To him, with my foundation and my lashes, my face is beat for the gods. I'm like, oh baby, this is not, I have no contour, I have no highlight, I have none of that. And he loves it. And if I'm being completely honest, I get more compliments outside looking like this than I do when I have on the full face, the contour, the highlight, the big lashes, all of that, the eyeshadow, all of it. If this is hard for you to hear, if you are a girl who likes to wear a lot of makeup, like I said, do what makes you happy. But also, I say, let's not be mad at it. Let's not be mad that men hate the makeup, because shit, great. In actuality, them hating the makeup is good for us. But again, if makeup makes you feel beautiful and you want to continue to pound on the makeup and paint your beautiful canvas, continue to do whatever you want to do, sis. Like I said, I'm just here to deliver the news. Just know that it's honestly not necessary, and that should make you feel relieved. Next, obviously, is bad hygiene. Now, in my eyes, this should be pretty obvious. Like, who wants to date anyone with bad hygiene, right? Girl or guy. So yes, men do find women who do not have good hygiene immediately unattractive. As a woman, there are standards that we should all hold ourselves up to. It gets exhausting being a woman. And I talk about this all the time. Like, being a woman is exhausting, but we do have different standards, okay? As far as hygiene, we have a lot of more crevices that we got to worry about. We have a lot of more things that we have to worry about. Making sure that you do smell good all the time, making sure that you are soft, you are moisturized. Men notice a lot. Let me tell you something, okay, which is so interesting. I was talking to a friend, and he says he loves when a woman has her hair up in a bun, in a ponytail, just out of her face. Loves it, okay, which I agree. I think it's beautiful, right? When he approaches a woman, wherever he is, and her hair is up in the bun, the first thing he looks at is her ears. Which I was like, huh. Because me personally, yeah, like I like to keep my ears clean. But to know that men are actually being that detailed about hygiene says a lot, okay? So, you know, make sure that your ears, the inside of your ears are clean. And then also, make sure the back of your ears are clean as well, because another man has also mentioned this to me as well. But he says when he gives women hugs, his head, his face is right here, his nose is right here. They smell you right here, the back of your ear. Now, a lot of times if you're wearing like a really good perfume or oil or something, like all that will mask the smell, because usually like the smell behind your ears isn't too apparent. But sometimes they can smell the smell behind your ears. Now, that is a real thing. Behind your ears can absolutely smell. It's just that your body oil, your hair products, and like your perfume and all that stuff, all that mixed together kind of gets caked up back there in the crevices. So make sure you are cleaning every crevice that you can, ladies. These men are being so detailed about it. It's actually insane. I've never heard that, but I've heard that from two different men, two different races. So ladies, keep yourself clean, okay? And then two, also, we know that like dental hygiene is a big thing. So make sure that you are keeping your teeth crevices clean. Get in there, get in between there, clean it all real good. Next is masculinity. Now we know that having too much masculine energy can really turn off a man, and we just have to be really mindful of how we are coming across. A lot of men don't like women to be too forward, and it can come off masculine, right? Your delivery can be masculine, and then your expectations can also turn them off as well. An example of this, my boyfriend goes out, you know, almost every week with the guys. They have guy night. And so he was telling me about this time that he went out recently, and a girl approached him about getting her a drink. Basically like, hey, you're gonna buy me a drink, or like, ain't you gonna buy me a drink, or something along those lines. And his initial reaction was like, whoa, you are extremely masculine right now. I need you to scale it back a little bit. That's what he told her. Not like, oh no, I'm not buying you a drink, like you're not my girl, or I got a girlfriend, or anything like that. None of that. His initial response was like, you got a lot of masculine energy coming off you right now, and I just really don't appreciate it. Like, you gotta get out of my space. First of all, if a man told me that, I would be like, like taken back. But it just goes to show you that nowadays more and more men are really reading the energy. They are really being receptive to what we are giving off. So be careful of what you are giving off, okay? A lady should never go up to a man and say, ain't you gonna buy me a drink, or expect a drink. If he's a real man, a masculine man, he should be offering to buy you a drink. A lot of times men will, just because you are sitting there and you got all this radiant feminine energy coming off of you, a lot of times men will just get you a drink or send you something. I can't tell you how many times I just, you know, have sat at the bar or sat with my friends at dinner, and I guess because, I don't know, we're just girls being girls, we get drinks sent to us all the time from the bartenders, or, you know, from people around us. Literally, I just went out to dinner with a friend, and the manager came up to us and was like, you know, we had been there for a while, right? So he came up to us and he was just like, you know, you guys have been here for a while. You guys will be leaving soon, or whatever the case is. But he asked us to actually, if he could have us move to the bar, and they would be buying us some drinks at the bar if we chose to stay. Obviously, we chose to stay. But all that to say, as a woman, you don't have to ask for anything. Like, honestly, you really shouldn't have to. So when I did ask him about like, well, what about her gave off masculinity? He said that her tone was masculine and her delivery was desperate. So girls, do not ask for nothing, okay? We do not have to ask for anything. It is turning men off. Next is loudness. Okay, so ladies, these men hate a loud mouth. They see it as attention seeking, outlandish, ghetto. Like, I can't tell you how many times I've heard that loudness is just automatically no for them. I can totally see how it can come off pretty outlandish and pretty ghetto, or whatever the case is. I can see that. Sometimes it's not even done intentionally. It kind of just happens, you know, when you're with your girls and drinks are flowing. As the night gets later and later, you get drunker and drunker, you get louder and louder without even realizing what's going on. Just know that they are paying attention. One of the guys that I talked to about this, he said that what turns him off is someone who is loud and can't control her volume and tone. And he said that he was out with his friends, and there was a group of girls. He had been making eye contact with a young lady all night, and he wanted to go over and talk to her, but he purposely waited because he saw that the girls were drinking, right? Heavily drinking, which is fine. So he wanted to see how things would change. And he said he is glad that he did wait, because about 45 minutes into it, maybe an hour or so later, the one that he was most attracted to and wanted to go and talk to her, she got louder and louder. And it was to the point where he was like, absolutely not. Just because he was like, one, she can't control her liquor. Like, that is absolutely crazy. And two, hold on, I wrote it down because I didn't want to mess this up, but he related women who are loud to being irrational and extremely emotional. And you know what? He is not wrong, because I have had friends who were super beautiful, super gorgeous, but the minute that they start drinking, they did get loud and a little bit outlandish. And in all actuality, those girls are emotional and they are irrational, and they do fly off the handles. His observations were absolutely probably correct, right? So be mindful of that. No one wants a loudmouth. No one wants someone who is seeking attention. They find it just like you're trying too hard. Okay, so be mindful of that, ladies. Next is they do not like a woman who is overly materialistic. Ladies, no matter what percent this man falls under, if he's the 1% of the richest man in the world, no matter what, men want to feel needed and loved, not used and abused, okay? Even if they are the ones throwing their money at you every chance they get, a lot of them say it's a turnoff when women are clearly using and abusing them. So be mindful of that. Learn how to receive materialistic things with grace and with poise and with gratitude, always. And then next is partying and twerking on social media. These men are judging the women that are partying, twerking, and all that on social media. Do not do that. Not everything is for the gram, okay? Now, it is a double standard because a lot of times men can go out multiple times a week and it's just supposed to be okay, but when a woman does it, it's a problem. I do not agree with that, but I do agree with if you are a woman who is out partying really hard throughout the week, multiple times a week, you don't have to post everything on social media. Let that be just between you and your friends. Men truly do believe that women who are outside and they are for the streets. So I say all that to say, if you go out Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and you have to post, just post like a little something, maybe on Friday or Saturday, but not all 3-4 nights. Post it like just once. This is something that, you know, I had to learn. I was the kind of person that every time I was outside, I would post that I'm outside, and it's really not necessary. It's really not necessary. Men are so intrigued by women who are kind of low key. Now, the whole twerking on social media, I think that it's really just up to preference. If you are in the dating scene and you're trying to date a man of a certain caliber and be taken seriously, then I would agree with that. I would agree that twerking on social media is not going to be appropriate. Now, if you're a woman who is just out looking for a good time, then you're going to find a good time, but don't plan on always being taken so seriously if that's something that you are really into. Men have told me that they were dating someone, that they were pursuing a woman, and you know, it could be weeks or months or whatever the case is, and then she goes out with her friends and she's having a great time, and you know, she's posting about on social media, and then she is out there twerking and clapping ass on social media, and that instantly turns them off. They're like, nope, because she doesn't know how to act. I think the issue is they don't mind that you're actually out there doing the act. I think it's recording and then posting it for like the entire world to see. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you are not there, then you don't get to see what's happening, period. Leave some things for the imagination. Do not post everything on social media. I promise you that Instagram story is not that important, okay? It's not that important. We all know that you can twerk. That's fine. We don't got to see it every time you're outside or at all, unless we're with you. Okay, lastly is cigarettes. Y'all, men do not like women who smoke. They just do not. They said it is the most disgusting thing ever to them, okay? And more specifically, it's the cigarettes and even the weed smoking. Some men, you know, said that they were okay with the weed. Almost every man said no to the cigarettes, okay? And I think the only men that would actually be okay with that are men who actually smoke cigarettes themselves, because literally every man was like, no cigarettes. Some men were like, yeah, weed's cool, but that's because they smoke weed, right? Even men who didn't smoke, they were actually okay with women smoking hookah. It's so interesting to see that, like, no to the cigarettes, absolutely no cigarettes, but hookah is okay. These men are out here saying cigarettes is disgusting, which I do get it. You know, it seeps into our pores, our nails, our clothes, your everything, your hair. Like, I do get it. So maybe that's why they're okay with the hookah, because hookah doesn't necessarily leave a lingering smell. I don't know. But yeah, these men out here are turning women down the minute they find out that they smoke. To each his own, to each his own. I'm gonna put myself out there. I have smoked before. I have smoked cigarettes before. Well, maybe not cigarettes. Well, they're pretty much cigarettes. I used to smoke Prime Times and Black and Milds when I was a kid, like the minute I turned like 18. I think it was because I was 18 and I could now buy these things. And so I was hanging around obviously the wrong crowd, and I did it for maybe like a year or two of my life, or maybe a little bit longer, because I think I stopped smoking the Black and Milds, and then I started smoking the Prime Times, which were the flavored cigarettes, I think my first year of college. And then, I don't know, I got really sick one time, and I was just like, I'm never smoking again. Like, I'm so happy. I'm so happy I got sick, because it's a nasty habit. Personally, it's a nasty habit. So I'm really glad that it's not something that stuck with me. And I was honestly just doing it to look cool. It's not cool. Like, it's really not. obviously it's not attractive, so there's that. Attraction is honestly so much more than appearances, right? It's about the energy, the kindness, and the respect that you honestly bring to the table. So by becoming more aware of these habits and working to improve them, you can transform not only how others perceive you, but also how you feel about yourself. So that is all that I have for you guys today. Again, this is just the tea on the street. This is just what I've heard. The list actually does get more extensive, but I just, kind of compiled it all into this. I hope this video made sense. I know it's kind of like all over the place, but I had so much in my head that I just wanted to like word vomit. But again, be who you are, okay? Your person who is for you is going to love and accept you for who you are. These are just some things to kind of get you thinking about, how you are being perceived out there in the dating world. And I think as humans, it is important for us to kind of be aware of our habits and our traits and how we are being perceived in this world. We have to coexist. If you want to date a human being, our perception is important. So if any of these points did resonate with you, please sound off below and let me know in the comments. There's no right or wrong. Just let us know. We all got things to work on. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to this channel. And until next time, smooches.
I won't let no one come and take your place. 'Cause the love you give, you can't